So when I started AccuSim, it was really important that we looked at not just the motion platform, which is something that I'm very well versed with, but actually look at the visuals, look at the audio, and really kind of rethink how we've used that in the past for simulation. So you can see behind me our AccuVision LED. Now that LED screen really has revolutionized immersive driving simulation. It's allowed us to use something that really hasn't been in the budget really for motorsport teams or manufacturers because it's just so expensive. We've managed to bring the cost of that down to something that's now more of a cost parity to projection. And on top of that, we're also working with 3D printed speaker technology and fit it within a cockpit. So today we're here at BMW and we're looking at how we can integrate those speakers more effectively.
We've developed a novel way of damping a speaker's enclosure, whereby we use 3D printing to create an intricate 3D lattice within a speaker, which improves the sound, but also makes it lightweight and extremely rigid. I think one of the key differentiators with us is that we leverage additive manufacturing to tailor our speaker enclosures to any given form. So we can go in and we can examine the chassis and we can develop speakers that perfectly fit that space and are really deeply integrated into the chassis.
The best thing about today was actually hearing the driver feedback after they first drove the sim. It's incredibly satisfying to hear such positive comments. After I've started the company 2 years ago, we've really moved the company to a stage where I've now got a major OEM like BMW with their race drivers coming back with feedback that makes me very proud of the job that we've done.
It's been really exciting and enjoyable. We've been here today in and around the rig. We've been looking at speaker positioning, chatting with drivers, getting their feedback, and we've been able to tailor the sound on the fly based on the driver's feedback today to try and reach an even closer representation of the real thing.
It was very interesting because I've never thought about it before, to actually use the subwoofers to get the pressure on your body, which is another layer of a great immersion, which you get in the simulator. So it was very interesting for me personally. I've spent a few years in motor racing already, but this was something new and it was very cool.
Because this is also a quite important topic to extract all the performance, to have the same feeling on downshift, on the upshift, on how the car is revving up or does the blips on the downshifts. And therefore I think it's good that we make such a step with all the parameters really to bringing it together.
Yeah, it's very important to position the subwoofers and the speakers in the right place. If you don't, then, I've been very fortunate enough because I've sat in it and I've experienced it as well. If you don't, you go from I'm feeling like I'm in this environment to I feel like I've got a speaker sat behind me or in front of me, or wherever that speaker is. It's very important to make sure that you're hearing the sound at the right time and the right pitch and the right frequencies are coming through. But it's also really important to make sure that you're getting the right vibrations that are coming from the sound pressure. Sound pressure is something that's not really thought about enough in driving simulation. Typically, people use huge speakers and they just put them in the room and they just blare out an engine noise, and they don't necessarily think of wind noise. They don't think of the fact that actually there might be a rattle in the cockpit or something that's a little bit different, but it's there and it's part of the car. So we want to replicate what's going on in the car. So the driver really feels I'm driving this vehicle, and our sound pressure system really does make the driver feel they're in the vehicle. And when you partner that with our visuals and our motion platform, you're as immersed as you possibly can be.
And so what we're trying to do is bring the highest quality and fidelity of sound such that it sounds like a real car, but at a sound pressure level that's representative of driving a real race car. So together we're creating the most immersive sound system possible for motorsport simulation.